Tonight, I am pulling back the curtain on a betrayal so deep, so calculated, and so financially lethal that it makes the Watergate scandal look like a playground dispute. My name is Kash Patel. I have tracked the global money flows for the National Security Council. I have seen the classified ledgers at the Department of Defense. And I am telling you right now, while they have you staring at the Middle East, the Biden administration has just signed the death warrant of the American middle class in a secret backdoor energy pact with the Chinese Communist Party. This is the sovereign debt trap. I've seen the non-disclosure agreements that were signed in San Francisco last month. The United States government, under the weight of $39 trillion in debt, has officially run out of buyers for its treasury bonds. Our traditional allies have stopped lending us money. So, what did this administration do? They went to Beijing with their hats in their hands. I've seen the classified manifests. In exchange for a temporary debt ceiling extension, we are handing over the operational control of our strategic energy reserves and the rights to our domestic lithium mines directly to Chinese state-owned enterprises. We are becoming a vassal state to the CCP, and the deep state is facilitating the sale. Before I expose the specific shell companies and the names of the Treasury officials who orchestrated this financial surrender, you need to understand. The big tech censors and the globalist algorithms are trying to erase this channel as we speak. They cannot afford for 200 million American taxpayers to realize that their bank accounts are now backed by Chinese goodwill instead of American industry. If you want to stand with the resistance, if you want the raw, unedited national security truth, you must hit that subscribe button right now. Do not wait for the ATM to say access denied. Subscribe, share this with every patriot you know, and support us through the link below. We are the only wall left against the total economic blackout. Let's get into the operational details of Operation Red Dollar. My sources inside the New York Fed, patriots who are disgusted by what they're seeing, have confirmed that the gray ghost malware I warned you about wasn't just a nuke sabotage, it was a distraction for a massive coordinated asset transfer. While the digital alarms were going off at Stratcom, billions of dollars in physical gold and liquid energy credits were being moved through the SWIFT system into accounts controlled by the People's Bank of China. They used a simulated cyber crisis to mask the largest movement of American wealth in history. Why now? In April 2026, because the petrodollar is no longer on life support, it is buried. The conflict in the Gulf, which this administration intentionally let spiral out of control, has permanently severed the dollar's dominance over global oil. The Iranians are now openly trading in yuan and rubles, and the U.S. response was to surrender. I saw the president this past weekend. He was on a golf course in Florida, laughing, showing off photos of his new golden ballroom while he prepares to sign the Global Resource Realignment Act, which is code for national liquidation. Taxpayers have spent $100 million on his vacations during this term alone, while the American family is being told to prepare for a digital dollar that will track every cent you spend and freeze your assets if you don't comply with the new Green Energy Social Credit Score. The narcissism of this leadership is a national security threat. He stood aboard Air Force One yesterday and claimed that our economic alliance with the East is a strategic win. That is a verifiable lie. I've seen the naval manifests. We are currently decommissioning 13 strategic bases in the Pacific because we can no longer afford the fuel costs that have skyrocketed because we sold our own reserves to the Chinese to pay for the interest on our debt. We are retreating from the very corridors that protect our trade, leaving our merchant ships defenseless against the drone swarms of the Iranian-backed proxies. Look at the economy. Look at the price of copper, lithium, and rare earth minerals. They have surged 400% in 90 days. Why? Because the CCP has secured the exclusive extraction rights on American soil. I've seen the maps. The land surrounding our most vital mineral deposits in Nevada and Arizona has been quietly leased to international investment groups that are 100% front companies for the Chinese military. The FBI, under the previous leadership, was too busy hunting down parents at school board meetings to notice that our industrial sovereignty was being auctioned off to our greatest rival. The war in the Middle East has moved into a financial de-escalation phase that is actually an economic decapitation. The Iranians have demanded and received billions in physical assets as part of a hush money deal to keep the Strait of Hormuz partially open for Chinese tankers while American ships are blocked. We are paying our enemies to let our rivals win. I've seen the deployment orders for our elite special forces. They are being staged in radioactive hot zones, not to secure nukes, but to guard the very convoys that are moving American resources out of the country. It is a mercenary operation funded by your tax dollars to benefit the people who want to see your children in debt slavery. Even the legacy media is starting to fracture. You have financial correspondents at Bloomberg and the Financial Times, people who have spent decades defending the establishment, now admitting that the controlled demolition of the dollar is no longer a conspiracy theory, it is a policy. When you see the price of physical gold hitting $4,000 an ounce, you aren't seeing market volatility. You are seeing the informed class, the people who know the vault is empty, scrambling to get their hands on anything real before the digital dollar trap is sprung. They want you trapped in a digital cage where they can turn off your ability to buy food if you post misinformation about the administration. The Iranians have laid out their terms for a peace deal, and it is a total surrender document. They want a binding security guarantee, a formal public apology from me, and a global resource fund managed by a committee that includes Beijing and Tehran. And while the politicians in D.C. are considering this, they are quietly preparing a national wealth tax for you. I've seen the beta code for the IRS software. It's designed to automatically sweep private savings accounts if the national debt trigger is hit. They are going to steal what's left in your bank to replace what they've already shipped to China. The next 72 hours are critical. My sources inside the Treasury and the Department of Energy are warning of a coordinated logistics exercise that will coincide with a major cyber maintenance window for all U.S. banks. They are going to tell you it's to protect your data. It's a lie. Onlar sistemi donduruyorlar çünkü son kalan fiziksel altın rezervlerini ülkeden sessizce çıkarmak için zamana ihtiyaçları var. We are watching the heist of the century in real time. I am telling you this because I am the only one who can still get this information past the filters. I have the documents. I have the satellite imagery of the unmarked ships. And I have the names of the private equity CEOs who are meeting in secret with the administration to finalize the liquidation protocols. We are not going to let them win by default. This channel is the front line of the information war. You need to be informed, you need to be prepared, and you need to be subscribed. Hit that notification bell right now so you don't miss the next classified update. Share this video with every patriot, every veteran, and every small business owner who still believes that this country belongs to its citizens, not to the globalist board of directors. The storm is not coming. It's already here. The vaults are being emptied, the bases are being abandoned, and the dollar is on life support. The people in charge are terrified that you are finally waking up to the resource siege. They want you focused on their theater, but the real story is the privatization of your very survival. Stay vigilant, stay focused, and keep your eyes on the data. I have authorization to bring this evidence before a special committee of patriots who still exist within the system. Biz bu savaşı her mahallede, her bankada ve her sandık başında vereceğiz. The globalists think they've won. They think the American people are too distracted by their digital screens to notice that the gold is gone, but they are wrong. We see the convoys, we see the manifests, we see the betrayal in the halls of the Treasury, and we are going to fight back. Every share of this video is a blow against the deep state's wall of lies. Every subscription is a new soldier in the army of truth. We are the resistance. Prepare your families. Get your assets out of the digital system and into something real. Support your local community. We are entering a period of unprecedented economic martial law, but we will emerge stronger if we stand together. The clock is ticking, and the decisions made in the next 48 hours in the halls of the Pentagon and the Fed will determine if we remain a free people or become debt slaves in a globalist digital fiefdom. The bureaucrats in Washington think they've hidden the paper trail, but the digital fingerprints are everywhere. We have the logs. We have the meeting minutes from the secret asset liquidation summit held last month, where they discussed the post-dollar world, and we have the will to prosecute every single individual who has signed off on the theft of America's future. This is not just about politics, it's about the fundamental survival of the American dream. Stay with us. The next update will include the specific names of the cargo ships and the shipping lanes they are using to move our strategic assets to the east. We are going to strip away the classification and show you where your wealth is being hidden. This is Kash Patel, and I am not backing down. I will be back as soon as the next set of naval intercepts is processed. Subscribe now, and let's hold these people accountable before the vaults are sealed shut for good. The situation in the Pacific is also reaching a boiling point as China moves to secure the global supply of rare earth minerals. This is a global multi-domain conflict for the very resources that power our world. We are the only ones telling you the truth about the economic theater, the military theater, and the digital theater. Don't miss the next report. The next 24 hours could be the most important in your lifetime. Stay tuned. Stay free. The truth will prevail, but only if we have the courage to hear it and the strength to share it. We are tracking the movement of unmarked heavy-lift aircraft leaving D.C. tonight under the cover of diplomatic immunity. The heist is in its final phase. Watch the gates, watch the markets, and above all, watch this channel. I'm Kash Patel, and I'll see you on the front lines.